Hi guys, welcome back to more Americans. We're on episode 7 of 10 of the final season, so we're 4 more to go, including this one, and Elizabeth has been sent to Chicago now to deal with this, and Philip has reluctantly got on the phone and said he's gonna head over there to help her. So I'm hoping that's where we pick it up. Let's go find out. Watch episode 7.
I'm actually on my way to the airport right now. Elizabeth's having trouble with that client in Houston. The guy's a real jerk, so I'm gonna have to go down and help her out. First his mom leaves, and now
you.
I'll understand.
I don't know. The work thing that mom's dealing with, it's not going well, so I'm gonna have to fly out there and help.
When are you gonna come back?
Unfortunately,
2 days.
After you leave.
Is something going on?
What do you mean?
Look, feeling the
I can
tension.
tell something's wrong.
Yeah, it's
I'm
feeling
good with these things. Knowing when somebody's not telling me something. I'm your friend.
Yeah, he's
We're
not going
like
to tell you the real truth.
best friends, okay? Something's up with you.
I'm worried about this work thing.
But it feels like more than that.
Yeah, his perception is very good.
I used to ask myself, why is this guy and his wife coming home at 3, 4 in the morning? How hard can they possibly work involved with something?
Stan.
Because if something's going on,
He can't.
you can
He
trust
can't.
me.
He absolutely can't.
I've been wanting to tell you. The business is falling apart. And I think it might be going under.
He's going to make it that's the main situation.
For how long?
Put that
Wow.
wall there for him to not look further.
Is Elizabeth going nuts?
Elizabeth's already gone nuts.
You know her, she's keeping it together.
It's going to be an explosive end to this. It can't not be. They have to give us this.
I wasn't sure you'd really come.
Well, he said he would. She's looking
How was your
rough.
flight?
She's looking rough.
Fine.
You didn't have to
It's
come.
fine. Stan was giving me a hard time. Something's wrong, you're not telling me something.
That work?
For now.
Yeah.
For now.
What does this give us, 30 seconds?
Give or take.
That's not long.
Hank and Norm will go left, turn off at Rockwell. We'll meet up with Marilyn on Humboldt,
Static posts?
across from his house and at work.
Could you imagine trying to do something like this today? I mean, they're struggling with the logistics of this. And she's saying this is literally the only route, the only place, the only street that we can do this on. There'd be cameras everywhere now. How you avoid that today is what makes this show so feel from the past, because although we don't really notice or perceive it or think about it too much, our world has changed so much in the last 30, 40 years that what feels everyday normal now is so different to what it was back then, especially when it comes to spy work.
I feel a lot better about our chances with you here.
Work has a way of getting in the way, Henry.
Yeah, but does Renee ever miss Thanksgiving because she had to work? Yeah, he makes an effort, but I mean, look, he ditches me in the middle of my vacation, and then he leaves you with the bag.
Don't be too hard on your folks, Henry. They try.
You know, I think he's just stressed because of work. I mean, business comes first. You know, when they get a call in the middle of the night, they run off to work.
Right there, Stan, he's not pushing. He's just having a normal conversation with Henry here. And Henry's revealing something that he doesn't feel is anything out of the normal. None of this is abnormal, because it's his way of life, it's his family. But Stan's just picking up and picking up and picking up. And now, they get a call in the middle of the night and they have to go. No job involved with what Philip does would have you do that. for any reason. Stan is going to pick up. I say he's playing Mr. Detective here, at the same time as just having this friendly relationship with him. But he knows exactly what he's doing.
They ever have you stay with family when they go away?
In the middle of the night?
I think we're a little old for babysitters, Stan.
Yeah, but, you know, back in the day.
It was usually just me and Paige.
When you were young?
We didn't have much family. We just have Uncle Stan.
That time she went to take care of her sick aunt?
Oh, yeah, Aunt Helen.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
I was
digging.
on a big case working these crazy hours, and when it was finally over, your mom was gone.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's important to take care of your family when the chips are down.
Doesn't take much for someone like Stan the detective to start to piece together and all of this adds up.
I was called to Mexico, beginning of October. They gave me an assignment in this.
Yeah.
I can't be arrested.
Cyanide
so
pill.
important.
You'd understand if you knew.
Well, then tell me.
I can't.
No, you
It's
can.
about protecting us. The guy we're here for, he's working on it too. That's why they sent me.
Philip's in the dark here with this.
Give it to me.
What would you do with it?
Flush it down the toilet.
I like how rough they've made
Then
the
why
pair
did you
from
tell
look
me you
here.
had it?
You're always asking me to tell you things.
The end of
I
their
told you.
tether. It really is falling apart. Elizabeth looks like crap. She looks like a junkie. I just think it's ridiculous that she still won't tell him at this point. Not so much, but they know with him being out, they can't trust him. And is Philip even going to be aware that he's helping keep the status quo here, which is not what he wants? It's going to go pear-shaped, isn't it? Squawk, squawk. A ton of variables that you can't control. You can't anticipate everything.
A lot of greedy people looking to get
Harvest out of view.
Mother's expecting you.
Just dump the car. It's just going to be gone. Alright, okay. It's at the side there, isn't it? I don't know.
Copy that.
You've got a back of the head. That's all you've got. It ain't him.
We lost Harvest.
It up.
FBI! Baker 4. We're looking for a green Dodge sedan on Atrial.
Have one into another, change vehicles.
Stop!
Yeah. Oh, she's dead. Fuck!
On Milwaukee Avenue. We're up ahead.
Oh, hell. It hit him. Mistake.
I have a couple of messages. You have to remember them.
The sensor schematics are in France. Airbase in Cazaux.
Отцу передайте. Сволочь ты. Я рад, что ты сдвинул. Надеюсь, ты еще помучаешься. Чтоб ты сдох.
Where's Milwaukee Avenue?
Езжай, никуда не сворачивай.
Surprised we got all that from him before he expired. It was too close, it was too tightly compacted for him to get away cleanly. Kudos to the guy that took the first shot. He hit her straight between the fucking eyes. You've lost everybody on this, except you two. Identity purposes, you've got to... Oh, man. This is like the suitcase thing all over again. It's brutal. Head and hands, right? Can't identify it. Then all they've got's a torso. It's in its infancy. Yeah, I would expect that to get stuck. Oh, for the love of Jesus, I was just worried about that. See what she does. See what she does, otherwise you've more collateral damage here. Let her go. I'm gonna yank it out. The shit they'd have to do, man. He didn't come here. He didn't come here for this. I just love how not a word has been spoken here since he clocked the axe and looked at her. And they just get on with it. They both know what's to be done. All the authorities are going to find now is a torso. And why? Just going to leave her there.
Jesus. Who are they?
Our guys from the team on Harvest. Harvest in the van.
Got him.
And who the hell knows without the head and hands?
Mm-hmm.
You were right.
Is he going to stop piecing this?
I'll give yourself a break.
I don't need it. And now we've got 2 of our guys dead and no illegal.
Maybe the leads pan out.
I don't need it, Stan.
The weird thing is, you know, if you go down that road that stands at the crossroads, waiting in a car right now, as to which direction to take, whether it's left or right, whether you go straight on. And if you go straight on, the answers are at the end of the tunnel. But you've got to know how to get to that crossroads, and he's almost at it. With the conversations with Philip he's just had, and the conversations he's just had with Henry, and the fact that she's had to go running off to Chicago, now he says he's going to do the same, and then this drops in his lap as well at the same time. All you need to do is start piecing enough of it together to go, you know, it's like the Superman syndrome. It's really strange. Every time Superman turns up, Clark Kent always seems to vanish. You know, it's that sort of situation where you're like, there's just too many times and coincidences that this is when something lands on my desk or lands in the FBI office that's related to this. There's always seems to be a situation when they've been called away from work and checking flights and checking all sorts. Stan has to. He has to. He has to.
Then on the bus, it was the white guy and a white lady.
When are we getting sketches?
They're on the way.
And get to the bottom of it. It's at that point now where he's willing to cross that line. Not even so much the detective in him, but as Stan as a person and his neighbour and his friend. I need to know. I know I'm doing a lot of talking in this episode and probably will do for the last 3 or 4 because I'm getting out everything I can.
Couple kids.
You don't want to make it too long.
American dream.
See, call him back.
Never suspected.
Now.
He's lucky.
He's got it. He's got it. There might be subtle signs. He's going to have to pick up on them. You will find. Seek and ye shall find. He's looking for any sort of hidden compartment, trapdoor, anything as their neighbour right at the start. And we've gone through 6 seasons of him with it under his nose.
Hi, Henry. Yeah, we're back. I'm sorry, I wanted to drive you.
Because you weren't here, he was able to reveal
That's
just
funny.
enough.
Did you tell me you said that? Because
Stan's got a
Of
lead.
course. Yeah.
And Henry's not done anything wrong. Not like Paige, who knows everything. He knows nothing.
I've got work.
This is killing him.
When will you be back?
Tomorrow night.
6 years ago, we had a team on a woman in Philly, wife of an illegal that got killed. She disappeared right from under us.
All right. Good.
This is where you dig it all up.
I wanted to check on you. In the garage, your face,
Philip is a very unhappy man right now.
I'm going over to Paige's later.
Was she close with Marilyn?
Still.
Gotta tell him.
Where's Stavos?
I had to let him go. Lacey and Steve, too.
Bankrupt.
It didn't go well.
What happened?
He died. Marilyn, too.
How?
Details doesn't matter.
I thought you said this doesn't happen a lot.
It doesn't.
No.
It can. And it does.
But right now, because the
You're going to have
forcing
to make a
issue.
decision, Paige. To commit to this work or to get out. And it's a commitment you have to make for life. But are you willing to give up friends and relationships and
your life, basically.
your life if you have to?
Yeah.
Because that's what's being asked of you. But you know, your father,
Well, it made sense on my for you.
he made a mistake when he committed to this life.
He did.
If you do this, it has to be forever. That's the kind of work it is.
This is what I want, Mom. What I've always wanted.
Then it's time for you to apply for an internship at the State Department.
There it is. They want you integrated as a spy. I mean, they've no way of knowing at this point that the Cold War is in its final stages.
Обручается раб Божий Михаил. Во имя Отца и Сына и Святого Духа.
Wow, it's a good episode. The closer we're getting to the end, the more they're starting to give us. I was happy in that episode in particular that, unfortunately, because we had a good chance of the op going completely tits up south, which it did, that the fallout from it and having to leave the body behind and it all ending up on the table of the FBI in the midst of Stan and Philip's conversation, having Stan reading in between and perceiving that he's just still not being as open as he should be as a friend. And then starting to put the pieces together that he felt that this was the opportunity, the moment. We've gone 6.5 seasons before Stan has felt the need to go down the investigative route enough to pick the lock and break into their house and see what he sees and see what he can find, and recalling back what William said about they're just a couple, just a normal American looking couple. She's pretty. He's a lucky guy, and piecing it together, he's going to piece more and more together. Like I said, they have to give Stan's character the respect and the admiration for as good a detective that he is, that you can't leave him to be a bumbling idiot at the end and didn't see anything or any of it or perceive any of it until it was literally in front of his face or it's revealed directly to him. We've got 8, 9 and 10 to go and we're done. So I did an awful lot of talking in that episode, so I don't really have too much to say at the end. I know some of you switch off before I finish off talking at the end anyway, so it's kind of better to do a lot of it in the episode. My metrics do tell me a lot of people switch off at this point. Listening to me waffle and just go over what's already been done and said and witnessed and reacted to. So, she's asked Paige the prominent question there. Your father, I believe, made the mistake, younger than you, to get into this. You have to decide. You either walk away now, or it's more of what's just happened. And she says she's in, that she wants it, that her fear is to be alone, not fear of dying. I don't like it when anybody, any age group goes, I've got no fear of dying, and they've never come even remotely close to it. You're like, until you've been close to it or had a near-death experience, how can you know? How can you say? How can you tell how you would react? And whether you'd have that fight or flight in you or whatever the situation is. Different if it's a medical kind of thing, because you have to just accept what life has dealt you. But if it's not that, and it's this kind of work where, like down in there, you could just be shot at any moment, you've got to decide if this is the life for you. And thankfully, Paige is probably not going to even get to 30 before the Cold War is going to come to an end. But they don't know that. Philip just looks utterly destroyed in this episode. Utterly destroyed. And it looks like a man who's just been told he's going on death row and has just got to face what's in front of him. And I still feel like he's giving and Elizabeth's taking more and he's giving more. I don't know where this is going to end up, but we will see. Please join me for the episode next week and we'll see where we end up. That will be episode 8. So until then, I would appreciate if you would put your comments down below. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe if you haven't already. And as a final plug, link in the description as always if you want to head over to Patreon to watch them all in full length. I will leave you with that and I will see you next time for episode 8. Take care.